Hare Om. Welcome all of you for this lecture. It's my pleasure to introduce you the very big and interesting text called Yoga Vasistha. This text is related to Ramayana, which most of you may be knowing. And this is similar to the Mahabharata also. The time period for Mahabharata is 5,500 years ago. And the Mahabharata contains 100,000 slokas, very big book. And you know, Gita is one part of that. Gita contains only 700 slokas. But that is a question-answer type. It means Arjuna is asking some question and Krishna is answering the same question. So this Yoga Vasistha is also in the same format. But this is connected with Ramayana, and the period of Ramayana is 7,500 years ago. A very famous story of Ram, Lakshman, Sita, Hanuman and Ravan. So here also the format is question-answer type. That was a very common format in those periods. Rather, I can say that is the best way to learn also. Because delivering a lecture on a particular subject clarifies the knowledge the lecturer has. But what the students want to know, that may be something different. That is why it is better the student should ask the expert whatever he or she wants to know, and then the expert should answer. So that is why this format was being used in all ancient texts. Even many yogic texts also, they are like that question-answer format. So Yoga Vasistha is also a question-answer format. This is total text, Yoga Vasistha, contains 32,000 slokas. One slok is for 2 lines, it is 64,000 lines. Very big and great book. And of course it is in Sanskrit, because Sanskrit is an ancient language of India. In ancient period, that was the language spoken throughout India. So all the text, philosophies, sciences, they are already written in text. Yoga books, Ayurveda books, philosophical books, all were in Sanskrit. So this is also in Sanskrit. And this contains the philosophy of life along with many stories also. Because that was a tradition. Because if suppose the author explains only philosophy, may not that all people can read and listen. But if you write some story, then everybody is interested to read and learn also. So during the stories, in between the philosophy was explained. Same thing in Mahabharata, same thing in Yoga Vasistha also. Now this Yoga Vasistha, this text is written by Valmiki. And Valmiki has written the basic text of Ramayana also. It is a full story of Ram, Lakshman, Sita, Hanuman and Ravan and all that. That is 24,000 slokas. And Yoga Vasistha is also written by Valmiki. So that was Ramayana, the story of Rama. This is a philosophy. So this is called Uttar Ramayana. Actually, Uttar Ramayana stories happen before Ramayana story. But it is called Uttar Ramayana, that's all. And now in this Yoga Vasistha, Lord Rama is asking different questions about the philosophy of life. And the Vasistha, his guru, has answered all the questions. So this total text contains 6 chapters. I will just enumerate all of them. Just to know, Vairagya Prakaran. Now Prakaran means chapter. Vairagya is detachment. I will explain to some extent afterwards. But this is the first chapter, Vairagya Prakaran. It contains 33 sargas. Sarga means sub-chapter. So 33 sub-chapters are contained in the first chapter of Vairagya. And second one is Mumukshu Vyavahar Prakaran. These are all Sanskrit words. A new student, you find it very difficult to understand in the beginning. But step by step, I will try to explain something. The second chapter contains 20 sub-chapters, 20 sargas. Utpatti Prakaran. Third chapter, it contains 122 sargas, 122 sub-chapters. Sthiti Prakaran, 62 sargas, 62 sub-chapters. Upashama Prakaran, it is 93 sargas. And Nirvana Prakaran, 344 sargas. So this is how all these 32,000 slokas have been distributed in all these 6 chapters. So to know everything in one lecture is not possible. So I will try to introduce about this. Now Vairagya Prakaran, here the Vairagya of Sri Rama is explained. On the other hand, I can say this chapter explains the situation in which the question answer session has started. Similar to Bhagavad Gita, in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita explains the situation in which Lord Krishna has explained Arjuna. So that was total Gita, but first chapter is a situation for this question answer session. Similarly, this Vairagya Prakaran also is a situation for the question answer sessions in the next 5 chapters. Its story is like this: King Dasharatha. This is a very famous story. Most of you may be knowing this. We'll just take some reference, that's all. Dasharatha was having 4 children: Ram, Lakshman, Bharat and Shatrughna. And Rama has become maybe 16, 17, 18 years old. And he wanted to visit the different places in the Bharat, total country. There were many kingdoms also there. So he wanted to visit everywhere, observe the situation, discuss with the people. So definitely King Dasharatha has arranged everything. There is no problem. So Rama started traveling. He visited different cities, different kingdoms, different holy places also. He mixed up with the people, talked with them. He studied the social atmosphere everywhere. That is more important. And the situation was not so good. The detailed situation is explained in this first chapter. But whatever situation we are observing today around us, it was similar to that. People were not following proper rules. All the struggles were there. They are behaving wrongly. Very few people behave properly. And the whole situation was disturbed. So after studying all this situation, Rama got disappointed for the life itself. He thought, why to live then? If such a bad situation is there everywhere. So he got frustrated also. So this was the previous situation. Then there was an entry of Vishwamitra Rishi. He was carrying out yajnas and all that. So there were so many domines. They were disturbing them. They were not allowing them to complete the yajnas, pujas and all that things. So Vishwamitra came to King Dasharath. He says, I am Brahmin. I am doing yajnas and pujas and all that. So those people, they were called Rakshasas. They are all disturbing. So I have to manage them. But you are a king. So it is your responsibility to provide the defense for us. Then Dasharatha has agreed, okay, it is my responsibility, I can do it. What do you want me to do? And Vishwamitra explained, and you send me your son, Rama. He has become an expert now. He has completed his study. He has become a great warrior. He has got tremendous strength also. So you send him to me. I will take him along with me. And he will defend from all Rakshasas. So our work will continue. Dasharatha said, he is quite young. He had not participated in any war. He learned everything, that's right. But he is quite young. So I don't want to give him. Vishwamitra said, no, I want him. I don't want any other fellow. He was strong for his opinion. Then finally, Dasharatha called Vasistha. Vasistha was his guru, Rajguru it is called, who is giving the consultation, religious consultation to the king. So he presented everything in front of Vasistha, the demand of Vishwamitra, and told him, Ram is quite young, I don't want to send him, but Vishwamitra is insisting on that. What is your opinion? But Vasistha also has agreed. Yes, you send Rama, don't worry. He is capable of doing the work properly. Okay, then Dasharatha has to agree. Then Dasharatha has called a big meeting, Rajya Sabha. All were there. Guru Vasistha, Swami Vishwamitra, and all other, all ministers and all that. It's a common meeting. And Dasharatha called Ram in this meeting and explained the situation. But instead of understanding and replying to the particular situation, Ram has explained the social atmosphere, what he has experienced during his journey throughout the country. So he wanted to get detached from all that. And detachment is called Vairagya. And this is the name of the chapter. So Ram explained to the full audience. He was a great orator also. Very nicely he has explained. Ultimately he says, what is the aim of life? We are involved in temporary pleasure and miseries of life. Is it the aim of life? Death is certain for everybody, even for a great king also. So in such situation, what we are supposed to do? It's all rest. Yes, got to take a birth, live the life with temporary pleasure and miseries, and finally end of life. What is the goal of life? So accordingly he has explained the situation of his Vairagya. And finally he said, I am not interested in the life at all. So he lost interest in the life at all. And he has explained the situation so nicely that everybody has agreed, yes, that is correct. What he has said is correct. So everybody has agreed with Rama's statement. And now the question before Dasharatha, Vishwamitra and Vasistha also. What to do? Actually Rama was the successor of the king Dasharatha. He was supposed to be a king after Dasharatha for his Rama Rajya. But he is frustrated, not ready to do anything. He is not married also. He is quite young. When Dasharatha discussed with Vishwamitra and Vasistha, Vishwamitra told that Vasistha is the right person to convince Ram about the aim of life and everything and take him out of the Vairagya and let him continue with routine work. So Vasistha will explain. So this is a pre-situation and now Vasistha has agreed. Yes, I will convince Ram. And then remaining 5 chapters, Vasistha is explaining everything to Ram about the goal of life, how to live the life, what is the aim of life, and what is our duty, and all that. And while explaining this, Rama was asking different questions. Of course, they are all philosophical questions. And they were answered by Vasistha, and that is how all these remaining 5 chapters are there. Now, I will not explain each and every chapter, but I will give the total summary of all those 5 chapters. So, first chapter is precondition, situation. Now, from second chapter, the explanation starts. Now we have to understand this philosophical explanation to some extent with the help of modern science also. I will try to explain so that you will also get convinced. Otherwise, just philosophy, you say, oh, it's philosophy. You may not understand also properly. Now the life is a time period between the birth and death. But this birth and death is for the body. Body is a physical body. But just the body is not the existence of human being. Then I can say, what is the difference between live body and dead body then? Live body has got all organism, Dead body also has got all organism. Dead body also got heart, liver, kidney, everything is there in the dead body, but nothing functions. In live body, everything functions. So there is something missing which makes the body dead. Got the idea? Something is there which is not there in dead body. That is there in live body. That is why the live body is each and every organ, each and every cell functions and survives also. And something functions, the modern science says there must be some energy. Without energy, nothing functions. And the whole body, every cell is functioning. That means there is energy in the body. So it is live and functioning. And when that energy passes away, body becomes dead, nothing functions. Physically, it is said that every cell functions on the energy derived from the oxidation of the glucose. Yes, that is also correct. But then why the oxidation of a glucose doesn't play in the dead body? Because for oxidation also some energy is required. For oxidation of the glucose, some energy is required. That energy is not there in the dead body. So even if you provide oxygen and glucose through ventilator and saline to the dead body will not function. So that energy is called Atma. Modern science cannot give any name to that energy because they can't trace the energy. But it is there, it has to be there. Without energy, nothing functions. So when body functions, energy is there. So that energy is called Atma. And second principle of modern science is law of conservation of energy. Energy is not destroyed or can't be generated. So Atma is energy. So Atma being energy is eternal. So there is no birth and death to Atma. So birth and death is for the body. This is a basic concept of this philosophy. Atma is different than the body. And to understand Atma, we can say, we use the word I. I am doing, I am speaking, I am listening, I want this. Every time we use the word I. What is that I? That I is Atma. I is not the name, I is not the body, I is not the mind. Because we say my mind, my body, my name. We use the words properly. So I is Atma. And Atma is energy, which is behind the functioning of each and every cell of the body. Now the philosophy further goes ahead that Atma is an individual energy, we can say. So there is a universal energy also. Because in the universe, so many things are happening. Now the earth is moving along with the moon. Different planets are moving around the sun. Sun with the planets and subplanets moving around the center of galaxy. So there are millions of suns are there in the galaxy. And there are billions of galaxies are there. This has been found out by the modern science. You can refer to the Google, you will give all the information. You write the word universe, you will get all this information. So this is very fantastic. Beyond imagination. There are billions of galaxies, and that is an observable universe. There is one unobservable universe which the science cannot observe. And likewise, there are many universes. That is the statement from the modern science. And everything is tremendously heavy. Everything is moving with fast speed. And perfectness is there. Everything is very perfect. Beyond time sense also. So there must be some energy. Again, same principle. So that energy is called Paramatma. Parama means supreme. The individual is Atman. Universal is Paramatma. Psychology, it is said universal consciousness and individual consciousness. Words are different. Now this Paramatma, it is called God, God also, which generates the universe, organizes the universe and disturbs the universe. God is full form of generation, organization and destruction. It is called Brahma also, it is called Ishwar also. In particularly Yoga Vasistha, it is called Sat. Sat means eternal. There is no birth, no death, no limit. Everything, but in an energy form and knowledge form, which we cannot recognize by our sense organs, beyond sensory perceptions. For this Sat, or we use the Paramatma to understand in a better way. Sat word is used in Yoga Vasistha. But for convenience, I will use Paramatma and Atma. They are similar words. So Paramatma is managing the whole universe. Since when? We don't know. Up to what time? We don't know. We can't imagine also. And Atma is connected with the body-mind complex, individual. And so Atma and Paramatma both are energies. Atma is part and parcel of Paramatma. It is just like that. You can imagine a very big ocean, tremendous water is there. It is a Paramatma. The simile is just to understand. You take one drop from that water and keep it in a bowl. That is Atma. And bowl is the body. So Atma, a small drop of Paramatma only, but surrounded by the body-mind complex. Both are energies, both are identical. That drop also is H2O, that is also salty, just like seawater. So this is a very good simile. And now when you put that drop back to ocean, what is going to happen? The drop will become ocean. It will merge with ocean. So drop will become ocean. Similarly, the Atma, when it is relieved from the body-mind complex, then it will merge with the Paramatma. So Atma merging with Paramatma, rather Atma becoming Paramatma, is the aim of yoga, every yoga. And the same is explained in Yoga Vasistha also. Now this Atma, or we can consider Paramatma, is everywhere in the universe, in every particle, whether live or dead, doesn't matter. Every animal, every human being, this Atma is energy that is there everywhere. And if you refer to the physics, every particle is atom, it contains molecule, molecule contains proton, neutron, and the electrons are moving around the proton and neutron combination. That has been found out by the modern science. So the electrons are moving with so fast speed that we cannot recognize. We say it is standstill. That means every molecule, there is a tremendous energy. And atomic energy is the same thing. Exploiting that energy is atomic energy. And the great equation of Einstein, E is equal to mc square, is connecting, showing the same indication that energy is everywhere. Now, Yoga Vasistha gives the theory of total universe, how it has created. You see, modern science also has given some theories, just like Big Bang theory and something like that, they are there. Because when the universe is created, nothing was there. Only Paramatma was there. Then only the energy was there. And from that energy, the whole universe has generated. So when nobody was there, there should be no any proof. No proof is there. So these are all just theories with some logical conclusions they have explained. Similarly, in Indian philosophy also this theory is explained. And same thing is explained in Yoga Vasistha also. And how the universe is generated. So originally there was Sat Tattva. Tattva means principle. Sat means Paramatma. Nothing was there. No planets, no galaxies, no sun, nothing was there. Even the space also was not there. We can't imagine what it could be. But it is there, nothing was there. And that Paramatma, or Sat Tattva, as explained in Yoga Vasistha, given rise to the Maya. Is a creative energy. Maya is a creative energy. Sat Tattva is neutral energy. But Maya is a creative energy. Sat Tattva has created Maya. And with the help of Maya, Panchama Bhutas have been developed. Pancham is 5. Mahabhuta is basic elements. Prithvi, Aap, Tej, Vayu, or Akash. These are 5 basic elements. In chemistry also some basic elements are there. Previously there were maybe about 91, then 96, 104, 114. The figure is changing day by day. These are the basic elements. That means whole universe is made out of these elements. At least on earth. That is the science says. But this Yoga Vasistha also says that these are 5 basic elements. And these are everywhere. These are called Panchama Bhuta. Now Sat Tattva instructed Maya. And Maya created this Panchama Bhuta. First is earth, means solid matter. Then water is a liquid matter. Then third is energy. And then fourth is ether or gases, Vayu. And the last one is space. But the creation is in the opposite sequence. First space is created because space also was not there. And some similar explanation there in that Big Bang theory also. So everything is expanded and all that. So that is creating the space. So first space is created. Then the gases, Vayu, they are created. Then because of the friction, energy is generated. And liquefying all that, the liquids are created. And finally the solid. So like this, Panchama Bhutas are created by Maya with the instructions of Sat Tattva, Paramatma. And when Panchama Bhutas, everything is created. Even our body is also Panchama Bhuti. Everything in this world is Panchama Bhuti. That is the basic principle of Indian philosophy. There is basic principle of Ayurveda also. And the same thing is explained in detail in Yoga Vasistha also. That Panchama Bhutas. Now let us come to our body. Our body is also Panchama Bhuta, means it contains solid parts. Liquids are there in the body. Gases are there in the body. Energy is there in the body. And the spaces are there. Many spaces are there. And these Panchama Bhutas are in balanced condition in the body. And these Panchama Bhutas, the creation of the body is maintained by Atma. So when Atma leaves the body, these Panchamahutas get scattered. Suppose a dead body is kept as it is, it will decompose in 24 hours. That is what the modern science says, and it is fact also. Decomposing means all these Panchamahutas are merging in the universal Panchamahutas. Even if the body is buried or burnt, it gets distributed in Panchamahutas. Because Atma is not there. As long as Atma is there, it holds all these Panchamahutas together and the body functions properly. So this Atma, it is said that Atma is allotted this body. Rather, we can say Atma creates the body in the womb of the mother with the help of the food taken by the mother. Because in the womb of the mother, the full body is generated, developed from one single cell. That single cell contains Atma. And then that single cell is multiplied step by step, slowly, and it takes part of our body, different organs, external organs, internal organs, and within the 9 months period, the baby is born. So total body is also created by Atma. And after the birth, that Atma, that I is managing the body to live and sustain in the situation of the world. We know the situation, so many things are there. Then the karma siddhanta is also there. That is also very important. That is explained in Bhagavad Gita also. Because when the body is there, body has to do some karmas. And when the karmas are done, the fruits are there, results are there. For good karmas, good results, bad karmas, bad results. So every karma can finish after giving the fruits or results only. Without that, it will not over, it will be stored. It is called sanchita karma. Sometimes the karma gives the immediate result. When the result is there, the karma is finished, account is over. But when the immediate result is not there, this karma is pending. It is called karmashaya. And that gives result after some time. And this may be backlog of previous births also, just like a balance sheet of a company. Credit debit balances are carried forward. Similarly, credit debit karmas have been carried forward. And those are connected with Atma. Because Atma has done with the help of the body. So Atma has to bear the fruits. So because of these karmas, or karmashaya it is called, storage of karmas, Atma has to take a new body. When one body is finished, when one body is not capable of functioning, Atma leaves the body. But he has got a karmashaya. So to enjoy the fruits, he has to select another body. So it is rebirth. So this principle also is explained in Yoga Vasistha properly. The rebirth is there. In next birth, some of the old karmas, the results are experienced, those they vanish, but the new karmas add to karmashaya, and the karmashaya continues. Balance sheet doesn't become zero. And for a particular company, when balance sheet is zero, the company is closed. Similarly, when the balance sheet is for the human life is zero, then this birth cycle is closed. So, for closing the birth cycle is the aim of life, is the goal of life. And that is for Atma. For body, birth and death is there. But body is just like Panchamabhuta. They come together, Atma controls them, Atma lives, then again body is disposed of in different Panchamabhutas. It finishes. But Atma continues. So Atma has to face birth and death cycle. There is no time limit. So firstly, as I told in the earlier part, Atma gets separated from the Paramatma, joins with body-mind complex, and get engaged with body-mind, birth and birth. And if Atma is experiencing the different births, every time it may not be a human body, it may be some animal, some bird, something else, maybe you can't say anything. There's no history available. So he continues different birth and death cycles. And he gets tired of why to live like this? What is the purpose? Then the question arises, what is the purpose of life? Which Rama has explained in the first chapter of Vairagya. So Vairagya takes place. When one realizes the situation of Atma, body, and Paramatma and everything, then definitely the Vairagya takes place. And that is what is happening with Ram. He was fully frustrated, because he has observed the total situation and understand this principle. So Vasistha Rishi also tells him that attaining the target, what is the target? Target is Atma getting relieved from the body-mind complex and merges with Paramatma. So Atma becoming Paramatma is a target. And to attain this target, one has to leave this world, go to the caves and follow yoga. This is a wrong concept. This is clearly explained here. This is not proper concept. Because Vasistha wanted Rama to continue the life, to remain as a king and all that. So that is why he says, this target is there, because Rama has raised the question that what is the goal of life. So Vasistha has explained this is the goal of life. But in people, there is a wrong concept that to attain this goal, one has to leave the world, worldly things. Go to some jungles or caves and follow yoga. This is not correct. He clearly mentions it. He wanted to say that one can live in this world, behave the duties, follow the duties, whatever he has accepted by tradition, by nature, by his will. So you should live the life, but keep yourself aloof from the daily activities. That means one should understand that I am different than the body. Normal condition, everybody thinks that I am the body. And then something happens to body, I say, oh, it happened to me. Even the pleasure and sorrows, these are for the bodies. But I says it's for me. So I gets totally involved in functioning of the body-mind complex. So Vasistha rightly says that you have to do the work, no doubt. You can't escape from that. But don't get involved in that. Don't say I am doing it. Whatever is your duty, you have to do it. Duty of Ram is to follow his tradition. So he has to do it. He has to marry, he has to take care of his family, he has to take care of the total public also as a king and all that. So that is his new duty by tradition. So Vasistha says, yes, you have to follow this. Don't run away from that. Running away from that is not the proper solution. So don't run away. Follow all these duties properly, but don't get involved. That is more important. And same thing is explained in Bhagavad Gita also. Lord Krishna also explained Arjuna. That was a situation of the war. You can kill the enemies, but don't get involved. That you don't say that you killed it. The same philosophy is explained in Yoga Vasistha also. That remain totally separate from the life activities. That I is separate from the life activities. Body will do the life activities. Let it do it. Rather, it should be done properly. That is also more important. But when you are detached from that, while doing work, no detachment without work, no runaway from these duties. Follow your duties and then be aloof from that. Then these karmas will not be stored in your karmashaya. Whatever karmas are there, you have to experience. So experience all those things. Keeping yourself away from that. So the karmas will vanish. And we are getting detached from all these karmas. New karmas will not add to karmashaya. And there are new karmas are not there, there will not be rebirth. So liberation. So that will liberate Atma. And ultimate goal is achieved. So total this situation is explained in different ways. So thousands of slokas are there. In between, so many questions are raised by Rama. And the total philosophy of this life is explained in very detailed and very interesting manner. So when we understand all these things, we also agree with this. Yes, that is the right way. We cannot run away from our duties of our life. Whatever they are there, we have to follow it. But follow it in a better way. And it is where finally Rama was convinced. Yes, what you have said is correct. Now I understand. Actually, he was deciding to run away from his duties because of the frustration and vairagya. But because of this total explanation from Vasistha, he agreed, yes, I was wrong. I don't want to run away now. I can overcome my vairagya also. And definitely then Vasistha told him that Vishwamitra is asking for you to go along with him. So go along with him. Safeguard all those yajnas from the Rakshasas. That is your duty because you are a son of a king. You are going to be a king of this kingdom. So you have to do all these securities. It is your duty and you cannot run away from that. So go. And he agreed also. And story continued that he went along with Vishwamitra, killed so many Rakshasas, safeguarded his yajnas and everything. And after that again, he is married with Sita also. And after marriage only he came back to his kingdom. And further story continues. That story is not explained in Yoga Vasistha. When Rama has agreed with all these things, then it is the end of Yoga Vasistha. So this is how this nice philosophy has been explained in Yoga Vasistha. It is very, sometimes it is Sanskrit also difficult to understand. And just philosophy also sometimes difficult to understand. I have tried to explain this philosophy in very convenient way for you to understand. So understanding all this philosophy is Yoga Vasistha. If you are interested to learn in detail, you can refer the original book also. Sanskrit shlokas are there, very difficult to understand, but there are many books, they explain the shlokas and give some commentaries also. Commentaries will help definitely to understand the meaning properly. So that's all about it. Hari Om.